in the previous class we calculated total magnetic moment, and we are continuing here Lagrange theory of paramagnetism. In that two classes has discussed, that is the in the first class we calculated the total magnetic moment, first in the number of atomic dipole moment, that is dn is directly proportional to e to the power of minus u by kt, and dn is also proportional to the twice by sin theta into d theta. So by mixing these two equations we get dn is directly proportional to e to the power minus u by kt into twice by sin theta into d theta. So in the next we calculated the total magnetic moment per atom, that is the capital M value, that is n into pm b cos theta. And in this class we calculating here average magnetic moment per atom, that is in the previous class we calculated n, in the after previous class we calculated m. So in this class we calculated average magnetic moment per atom, that is sign here average pm is equals to m by n. We have the value, this is the value of m e to the power minus u by kt twice by sin theta into d theta pm b cos theta, and this is the value of n c 0 to pi e to the power minus u by kt twice by sin theta into d theta. So we have the value e to the power minus u by kt is equals to 1 plus pm b cos theta divided by kt, because this is the value of potential ratio of atomic dipole, that is the minus pm b cos theta. Okay, and this value is very small, this ratio is very small, so that's why means less than 1, that is the 10 to the power minus 2. So that's why this value e to the power minus u by kt can be written as the 1 plus pm b cos theta by kt. So put this value in this equation here and here. So therefore average pm is equals to c integration 0 to pi 1 plus pm b cos theta divided by kt into twice pi sin theta into d theta into pm b cos theta divided by c integration 0 to pi 1 plus pm b cos theta divided by kt into twice pi sin theta into d theta. So this c is the constant, cancel with each other. So by calculating this term, after performing calculation, we have equation pm is equals to, so when this all term multiplied by 1 and this all term multiplied by pm b cos theta divided by kt, so we when outside the integration form we taking constant, that is we here we get twice pi pm integration 0 to pi cos theta into sin theta into d theta, okay, plus twice pi pm square b divided by kt integration 0 to pi cos square theta into sin theta into d theta divided by twice pi integration 0 to pi sin theta into d theta plus twice pi pm b by kt integration 0 to pi cos theta into sin theta into d theta. So we get this value, that is when twice pi sin theta into d theta pm b cos theta multiplied with one term, we get twice pi pm cos theta into sin theta into d theta. Twice pi pm is a constant term making outside this integration term. Then next, here this is a pm, this is the pm, this is the pm square, this is the b, and twice pi, as we wrote, twice pi pm square b by kt, and this is cos theta and cos theta cos square theta, and this is the sin theta. So cos square theta into sin square theta. Then next is the when this 1 is multiplied by twice pi sin theta and d theta. Twice pi is the constant making outside this integration term, and integration, this is the sin theta only remaining, sin theta into d theta, plus here pm, b, and twice pi the constant term, and here cos theta into sin theta into d theta. Okay, cos theta into sin theta into d theta. So when we calculated this integration, so the integration 0 to pi cos theta into d theta, cos theta into d theta, sorry, sin theta into d theta is equals to 0. The value of this term is 0. Then again integration 0 to pi cos square theta into sin theta, cos square theta into sin theta into d theta is equals to minus of cos cube theta divided by theta, and this value is nothing but the 2 by 3. Sorry, this cos cube theta divided by 3, and this value is found to be 2 by 3. Okay, with the limit 0 to pi. And third integration, that is integration 0 to pi sin theta into d theta is equals to, this is a simple integration 0 to pi sin theta into d theta, so this value is equal to 2. So put this value in this equation, we get, so first term integration cos theta into sin theta, value becomes 0, so therefore this total term becomes 0. This is the 0 term, and again this denominator term also cos theta into sin theta, this total term becomes 0. Okay, then the remaining term is the twice pi pm square b by kt cos square theta into sin theta into d theta. So cos square theta sin theta into d theta term, that is the 2 by 3. So therefore this pm, average magnetic moment, value is twice pi pm square b divided by kt into 2 by 3 and divide by, so this term twice pi and this integration sin theta into d theta found to be 2 into 2. So this equals to 2 to the 4 pi pm square b by 3 kt and divide by 4 pi. Okay, so this is the value we have calculated here, and after that if we cancel this term, so we get 4 pi cancel with each other, so we get pm square b by 3 kt, here kt. So 4 pi cancel, we get term pm square b by 3 kt. So this is the average magnetic moment, value of average magnetic moment pm. So if there are n number of atoms present in the sample, if we containing a sample, bulk sample, starting we consider here the bulk sample in which there are many number of paramagnetic atoms contains, and if we consider there are n number of paramagnetic atom contains in the sample, if n number of atoms contain, if n number of atoms contained in the sample, therefore total number of magnetic dipoles per unit volume. If n is the number of atoms, or here capital N is the total number of atomic dipole, capital N is the total number of magnetic dipole here, not atomic, magnetic dipole per unit volume. Okay, N is the total number of magnetic dipole per unit volume. Then the magnetic dipole moment per unit volume is, therefore magnetic moment per unit volume is equal to, this can be written as the simple Pm bar is equals to average Pm into capital N. Okay, so we have the value average Pm, that is the Pm square, therefore Pm is equals to, value is the Pm square B by Kt into capital N. Okay, so this is the magnetic moment per unit volume, that is the Pm, and we know that B is equals to mu 0 H. We have the value B is equals to mu 0 H, where H is the magnetic field vector. Magnetic field vector. We already here use this equation in the Langevin theory of diamagnetism, that is B is equals to mu 0 H. H is the magnetic field vector. And this mu 0 is the permeability in the free space. So B is equals to mu 0 H, where H is the magnetic field vector. Therefore, so put this value of B in this equation. Therefore, Pm magnetic moment per unit volume, Pm is equals to Pm square mu 0 H into N divided by Kt. Here 3 Kt. So this is the average magnetic moment per unit volume, and therefore the magnetic susceptibility psi for paramagnetic substances is equals to this magnetic susceptibility for paramagnetic material, psi para is equals to Pm bar divided by H, and we have value Pm bar is equals to Pm square mu 0 H N divided by H. Here H cancel, we get psi magnetic susceptibility for paramagnetic substances is equals to Pm square mu 0 N divided by, here Kt means we write here 3 Kt. Pm square mu 0 H N by 3 Kt divided by H cancel with each other, we get Pm square mu 0 N by Kt. So this is the equation for the Langevin theory of paramagnetism. Means magnetic susceptibility for the paramagnetic substances is found to be Pm square mu 0 N by 3 Kt. Okay, so this is the equation. So after significance of this equation, we will see in the next class. Thank you.